Using Google Docs and Sheets and Slides is great and all, but creating them is kind of a pain. Today, I'm going to show you 3 ways of doing it quicker and 1 bonus. Hi, I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to show you how to quickly create Google Documents. And by Google Documents, I mean Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. There are 3 ways to do it, and I'm going to show you each way. I'm going to start up my training Google Chrome. So there are 3 different ways to easily create Google Documents. The first one is the easiest, but it's not particularly the quickest. In the Google URL bar, this works in any browser. You can type docs.new and it'll create you a new document. Okay, video's done, see ya. No, there's more to it. This way works pretty well, but you still have to type out all of those characters. And when you're doing sheets, it's even more because the word sheets is longer. Sheets.new creates a new Google Sheet. Yeah, that's just great, but we want to do it faster. I'm going to put the links down in the description. Here are the ones we're going to play around with. There's the docs.new, and we also have a logger one called create. That's the one we're going to use. I'm going to copy that. Why I'm not going to use docs.new, I'll explain after we set this up. So our next way of, we don't want to have to type all that out. We can add that as a bookmark right in our bookmark bar. So I'm going to click somewhere in our bookmark bar and go to add page. And by default, this is going to add the current page we're on. See, it's going to add the untitled spreadsheet. We're going to change all that. So up here, I'm going to say new doc. And down in URL, I'm going to paste in that docs.google.com/create. And then I'm going to save it. Let's just start like we're starting over. Now I have this link here, new doc, boom. That's a lot quicker than typing out docs.new. And the reason I didn't use docs.new on here, when you do docs.new, watch this address. And it jumps through a couple, docs.new. If I talk louder, it'll work better, I think. Watch all the different servers that it jumps through when the docs.new. It goes pretty quick, but it still adds time. So it's got to jump to this docs.google.com server before it can create the document. If we're using this new doc, it's already on the docs.google.com, so it saves you a little bit, maybe half a second, but we're teaching. Every second counts. So that's our second way of creating a Google Doc. And we can add a folder. If you haven't watched my bookmark all the things folder, go watch that after this. We can add a folder called create, and inside that we can do the new doc, and I can add one for the sheets, new sheet, and I will paste and that's wrong there. That's supposed to be slides. Come on, Collins. And that's supposed to be an S. I'll leave that mistakes in there because everything's not perfect. So I'm going to copy that URL. And these URLs are down in the description. We'll paste it in there. And then I can just drag and drop that over here. So now I can be surfing on my merry way on the best website of the internet, educate.me, and I can create a new Google Sheet. Boom. And that works with slides and forms. So our first way, docs.new, slides.new, sheets.new. Our second way, we add these bookmarks, and the whole bookmark's down in the description. Third way, getting ahead of myself. Unfortunately, the third way does not work on Mac right now. It only works on Windows. And I don't know why Google has turned this off. On Windows machines, go to your settings and where it says Chrome name and picture, show desktop shortcut. Turn that on. For some reason, that is not the recent versions of Chrome is gone when you're on Mac OS. I have no idea why. So right now we can't do this under Mac, but we can do this under Windows. When you turn on that show desktop shortcut, that's where this guy comes from. Well, we're going to modify that. Nice, Windows, just shove all my icons all over the place. When I double click on this, it's going to launch Google Chrome. We're going to change that to automatically launch our create address. First, we want to make a copy. And then we'll paste that copy. So now we have a copy of our shortcut to launch Google Chrome. Single click on it and wait. New doc. So we're going to rename it. Now I'm going to right click on it and go to properties. And this is all really scary. See this target? It launches Chrome. It launches our profile. At the end of that is where we're going to put that address. Put a space in there and then paste. And what that's going to do after I hit OK, it's going to launch that and go right to the create. So boom, even if I don't have Google Chrome open, but who doesn't have Google Chrome open all the day? You can launch Google Chrome and create a document right from there. And by the way, if you have all these untitled documents, as long as you don't type anything, it doesn't actually save anything in your My Drive yet. Our icon though is pretty boring there with that. It uses the same Google Chrome. It'd be really cool if we had a different icon. If we go to properties, there is a change icon. I browse for it and I downloaded this icon, which changes it, will change it into a Google Doc. If you use Google Drive file stream, you'll notice it probably already put these shortcuts on your desktop for you. So you don't have to use this trick, but if you deleted those or you want something to work a little differently, you can do it this way. But now I can just click on that and boom, I have my document. So those are the three ways. First way is docs.new. Second way is to create a bookmark. Third way only works on Windows. Copy your user profile and create it from there. Bonus, if you've followed me at all, if you've seen any of my videos, I like to put my current year files into a folder called for the current school year, 2021. And inside there is documents. Right now, every time you create a new document, it's going to go into your root folder, which is probably a hot mess for most people. It probably has thousands of files in there because every time you create a new file, it throws it in there. Well, I'm going to show you how those three ways I just showed you, two of the ways you can put the new document directly into your documents folder or a particular folder instead of into the root of my drive where it joins a million other files. First step is to navigate to the folder where you want to save. So now I'm in documents and see this whole little in the URL, this right here at the end after the last slash. We need to copy that because that's important. In my document, so create a document in a folder. We append this to the end of one of those long create links, replacing folder ID with our folder ID. Yes, that's a long mess. You might want to do what I do and type these into a document so you can play around with these things. I've already pasted that in there, but we'll just pretend we didn't. So I replaced this folder ID here with the folder ID for my folder. now I've got this big old long address. And by the way, this works on Mac or Windows or Linux or Chrome OS. And I'll do this again just to make sure. I'm going to copy that, go over here. We're going to add new page, new document, new doc in documents. Paste that in there. And so there's our whole long address. We'll put that in our bookmarks bar. Now when I click that new document, new doc in documents, and this one I'm going to modify so you can see it saved. This is another great file, full document. Here is another great document. And it's saved. See, save to drive. If I go back here to my documents folder, this is another great document. So let's do that again, and we'll do it with sheets this time. So I make sure I go to my documents folder. Up here, there's a big long mess. I'm going to copy that. In my text document, I want to do that in sheets. So I'm going to paste that right here for right now. I know the 1 is where it starts. I need to put this mess, copy, paste. In the description, I'll have those already added. So you can all you have to do is paste in your folder ID and then copy that whole URL. Go back to Chrome, add a page, new sheet in documents. Select all, you can select all from there, paste. Sheets/create, spreadsheet/create, save. Creates my new spreadsheet. This is great. If I go back to my documents folder, let's put this in. There is my spreadsheet. So it's made here, not in my root directory. Makes things a lot nicer. So those are the 3 ways you can quickly create Google Documents, and a bonus way to create it directly in a folder for you. That's it for this week. Hopefully you got something out of this. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like it. Don't worry about turning on notifications. You get enough of those as it is. Also, visit my website, educate.me, sign up on my email list to get free stuff, and stay classy.